Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Underrail Expedition. This is Girl RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we explore the... Ooh, I like that shop over there, I remember that. As we explore the core city. We're finding JKKs, core tech people. Why are the faceless here? What do the bastards want? Says that sniper. I also had a hiccup. This is wireless charging ore. It transfers up to 10 energy at 80% efficiency from the source item to all other equipped items that require recharging, splitting the energy equally among them. I have no idea what that is. I'm pretty sure it might be a thing that that we have. The source item, unfortunately, is the vaguest of words. I have no idea what you're on about. Marcella over here. Italian writing. Excuse me, but what are you doing here? She asks. I don't know. Halim. Skinny body. Large head. These are the first things that come to your mind after looking at this man. His aging skin is covered by simple, modest clothes with only an ornamental metal bracelet on his right hand standing out. Modest too is his smile, although your description didn't really make it seem like he was modest, but his smile is modest, after which he speaks... After what? After being modest? Or after he's smiling? Sure. Okay, so he frowns after... Okay. After which he speaks with a light, relaxed voice. I welcome you to my store, traveler. Halim is my name, and I am at your service. Show me what you have, so I can sell you my junk. Especially all this stuff, because it's really, really expensive. What things do you... looking for batteries. You just like batteries. Blueprints. I wonder if these are blueprints. I'll give you one of those. Yeah, you don't like that. So that's an electronic device. Blueprints are these, and it just so happens that I have two. Lovely. Great, great, great. Unfortunately, there's nothing else over here to sell, apart from the batteries. I suppose I could give the plasma cores. These are components, though. Yeah, we don't need a plasma cores. They're just expensive enough that it's worth carrying. Because I think I have more, but I'll keep the most expensive one for right now, just in case. I could also sell the batteries. To be honest, it probably should, but well, whatever. It's fine. We're good. Look at all the batteries that Halim has. So auto there, no money. Okay, we're gonna need to buy something then. Got some pistols or weapons. At any rate, we have some very shabby, very, very shabby. Cloaking devices. Not cloaking devices, the shield devices. A polarizer. Typically used in energy tools and weapons that increase effectiveness in prolonged operations. There's some interesting things in here. Nothing for us, unfortunately, because it's all very low quality. I wouldn't mind taking some of this, to be honest. But I don't think we're going to get anything. Well, I can take that. Sure. Hexer Mark II. And that's that, really. Yep. Okay, well, I'm not selling you... I don't know how things are. How much is that? Fair enough. Thanks. Okay, Halim. Welcome back. I'd like to ask you some questions about the city, and I will be glad to answer them. What can you tell me about Drop Zone? Ignore everything else. Drop Zone is the true face of Core City. It is the place of poor. It is the place of unwanted. Oligarchs can show off shiny tech made by Core Tech, draw people to arena, and create an illusion of a functional society. I don't know how the arena works as a functional society, but sure, whatever. No, it is not the real truth. It's the false truth. It draws eyes away from the real truth. To understand any society, you must look how they treat those who cannot serve it, but instead need help. What about the arena? Arena means physical death for those who fight, and mental for those who watch it. I mean, sure. It's just sort of... It's not that they can't come back. He's just... They don't literally die. They can be, you know, they can become decent people after being shown the fact that blood sports is bad because people are dying for stupid thing that is basically their enjoyment. It's like people dying for them is already a pretty big ask, but it's just like, ah ha ha. I had a laugh for 5 minutes or something that person over there got blown up. That's just, no. What about the Gauntlet? They call it best new thing, hardcore entertainment. No, it is not. It is as violent as Arena. It is inharmonious. That's not how it's written for sure, because it's got a O-U-S at the end for sure. It celebrates torment. Watch people get killed in rooms full of traps. Monstrous. I have nothing more to say of it. What about the oligarchy? Oligarchy are... Why doesn't he use the freaking pronoun the? Just say the arena. The oligarchy. Seriously. What is wrong with you, Halim? You're original... Like, you're in the original game. I know... Freaking... Unless he's not. Is he part of the expansion? Because the expansion has a lot more typos than the original game did. He says, the oligarchy are 3 men who rule Core City and have been doing so for 15 years. The order which they brought with them is deceiving. What they did is simply move all violence from the streets and placed it into hearts of the hearts of the people. It doesn't even... Like, it's not even it'd be funny, I suppose. Maybe funny, as in, you know, sort of interesting. Not funny, as in, aha, funny. But it would be interesting if he just didn't say that word, which is the most common word in the English language, by the way. I'm not kidding. The is the most common word in the English language, according to a couple of sources. I don't remember, but you could look it up for the 10 most common words. I think it's like the, off, a, is, stuff like that. But still, anyway, into the hearts of the people. I suppose you could say the or without it. Where it is easier to control. The arena proves it. The gauntlet proves it. You will often hear approval of their rule, but that only means you are not talking to the right people. Look around. That's also... Like, that's not how you judge... Like, you can make your mind up based on like talking to the right people. It's like anything could be justified as long as, you know, at least one person agrees with you. Everybody else you deem as the wrong people to talk to when it comes to anything. Should I give all my money to Jeff down the street? Let's ask Jeff. Everybody else is the wrong people. Jeff, should I give all my money to you? Yes, says Jeff. Don't listen to all the other people. They're not talking to the right people. Talk to me, says Jeff. Anyway, look around the city instead. It will speak clearer than any of us can. What about Cortec? They advance technology, manufacture products that make life easier. On the one hand, because on one side is just weird, they can make beauty, harmony, but on the other, which now he says I think the writer just forgot about words here for a while. They make weapons, instruments of dissonance and murder. They are those who sell you an energy shield to protect you from the weapons they created. They are Cortec. Sounds like a good business model. I'm sure they're very successful, because that's how it works. JKK. JKK broadcasts violence and death, as if there weren't enough of it in Underrail. Why not air something artistic, musical, lyrical, educational, something to ease the soul and motivate a man? If you're a woman, you don't need motivation, obviously, let alone other genders, to create, to learn. But people have been raised to desire even more death, even more bloodbath. So JKK feeds them just that. Praetorian security? Brutes who tell us what not to do. They defend us from everything but themselves, and each other as well. I often wonder if... Which, it's not as well, you just say themselves. I often wonder if criminals... Again, if the criminals they deal with did more to hurt them or the people. But it could be worse. Core City is well protected against outside threats. That I must confess. I'm sure if you lay yourself down in a bathtub full of acid, it's pretty unlikely anything outside that bathtub is gonna hurt you. it doesn't mean it's a good thing to lay yourself down in a bathtub full of acid. It. What about shortists? The shortists are men and women of peace, knowledge, harmony. They come here to preach, not to kill. They bring us medication and teachings of science and rationality. Not. I doubt that. I doubt that. Have we talked to... Yeah, did I ramble about them not knowing what rationality is? No. I didn't ramble about them. I thought they, at least the one shortest that we talked to, was pretty well written, because it seamlessly joined both aspects of, science and cult-like approach to short. I thought it was pretty cool. Not that I won't ramble about, the tales and whatnot, but still. In Core City, where everyone is obsessed with violence. Sounds like a song. Come to Core City, where everyone is obsessed. Like, what's that song that road where everybody knows your name? Is it The Road? I don't remember whose song it is. It's a British band. It might be The Who. I doubt it. I doubt it's The Who. Anyway, it's something where everybody knows your name. And this is the Core City, where everybody is obsessed with violence. It doesn't have the same ring, mind you. Shortists might be those who turn their heads towards other things. In fact, never mind. I just hope their intentions are as true as their words. What intentions? Are they making a nuclear weapon? I think they're making a nuclear weapon. And their words, they're making a nuclear weapon with their words. What about the hardcore city bar? I don't visit such places, so I can't tell anything of use. I prefer my time well spent, rather than wasted. Jeez, talk about being passive-aggressive there, mate. You do sell some powerful weapons for someone who seems to dislike violence. Yes, guns are instruments of murder, but the world is a dangerous place, and whoever denies that will likely die because of it. I sell a small number of them, and I hope they will be used for self-defense, even though they are likely not. This is the most... You're the biggest hypocrite ever. It's like... That's... Like... If you took... Like, imagine a gun seller, like this guy, selling weapons for self-defense. And you confront them and be like, hey, those weapons you use, they're people can go out... Like you say... For the example to work, you need to say that the people who buy those weapons can go out and kill people. The example here needs to be like that, because that's sort of that's what I accused him of, right? It's the can, and so that weapon seller is gonna be, yeah, well, this is all for self-defense. I vet my customers. I do this and I do that. I talk them into, basically what Halim is saying here, in terms of the intentions of the gun seller. Which I suppose, you're a little bit naive, or you could be a little bit naive, or actively hypocritical, but which is the case here for Lim. But if you're not hypocritical, then you're a little bit naive, but short enough. That's an argument you can make as a weapons seller. Just say, no, I do my best to make sure that the weapons that I sell are sold to people who want to use them with evil intents or whatnot. And that's fair enough. The problem here is he's admitting that they are likely not gonna be. It's like he hasn't started selling weapons today. He knows enough. How does he know that they are likely? Likely is doubly that word over there is doubly incriminating here. If they said even though they are not. They may be not. You know what I mean? If you said they may be not, like that would still be a problem, because it's what I'm gonna say next, which is the fact that he's not selling weapons since today. He has been selling weapons enough to know what his weapons likely go, and he knows that some of them are sold to people who kill other people for not self-defense. And so yeah, basically he doesn't even have the excuse of no, I do the best to vet my clients or anything. He's just actively selling weapons that he knows for a fact will be used to kill people. It's like, because you can't argue in a situation like this where we're taking a moral stance based on like a wholesale denial of violence, or denial is not the word here, but it's just sort of like this avowal of violence. When you're taking moral stances like this, weapons don't work on an individual basis. It's you either sell weapons and you avow violence, or you not abide by it, but sort of like allow for it to happen, or you disavow it and you don't sell weapons if you're of that moral stance. And the reason why it doesn't work like that is because basically, imagine you selling cyanide, and cyanide is sold, and it is the clients tend to be controlled in countries that have that sort of institutions set up, basically, so that people don't just go around killing other people with cyanide, because cyanide is tricky to detect. You can just poison people. Not detect after people die, mind you, but detect before. Imagine you sell cyanide, like a liter of cyanide, to people. I don't know. You sell half a liter to one person, half a liter to the other, and you say, about 0.1 liters of that is going to be used to kill, but the rest is not. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not how it works. Jesus Christ. But so like the whole, like, this is the typical spoiled apple spoils the bunch. This is the epitome of that. A spoiled apple among his customers spoils the bunch. All of his customers are liable. Not liable as in they shouldn't all, be accountable for the crime that one of his customers commits, but it's just sort of like, hell, him should be accountable. Or not necessarily, maybe not from a legal perspective, because I don't think that matters here. I would think that wouldn't matter in a city like Core City, but morally, he should not be a hypocrite, and he should say, I've sold weapons that kill people. Anyway. Yes, but energy weapons, you can't convince me you sell those for self-defense. And I won't, because I don't have to justify myself to you. Disrespect me like that one more time, and you will not be welcome in this store again, or anymore. I doubt that actually works like that, but sure. Can you tell me something about him? It's a good thing that I had my ramble about him before he said this nonsense, because I got my piece in before he proved himself to be the hypocrite that I said that he was. Can you tell me something about a man called Alphabet? Yes, that man disturbs piece of the piece of this store when he comes in. He offers inadequate items for sale, which I politely decline. He storms off angrily every time, but returns eventually with something new to sell, a seemingly endless loop. I remember the last time he brought a bag of rusty handles taken from a derailed Underrail express train. I didn't buy them, naturally. That's a nice bracelet, dear. Where'd you get it? He touches the bracelet, smiling, and then displays it for you to see. It is a wide metal bracelet with engravings resembling some sort of writing. It's also heavily ornamented with different and interesting shapes. It is a gift from my wife. The writing is in a language that is likely foreign to you, but it has a special meaning to us. It has the same color as Charon's. Is that thing made out of super steel? Yes, it was made in... this time, I suppose, makes sense. In foundry years ago. They have furnaces there that can melt Charon's, or at least had back then, when my wife was ordering the bracelet to be made. Actually, I think it was about the time they were making the two snake statues for Praetorian Security the Praetorian Security headquarters. Yes, I remember she told me she saw them there unfinished. Why do you think the Faceless attacked Core City? I don't know. Tunnelers are a mystery to most of us, and so is the reason why they haven't tried pushing deeper into the city. I often think that the oligarchs did something to antagonize them, but that may be just my bias. This city glorifies meaningless death and destruction. Also, that's not bias. That's not what bias means. Bias here means... what's the word that it's trying to use? That may be just my dislike for them, basically. When you're biased, it means like you have an inherent, well, not necessarily. It doesn't have to be inherently an inherent bias. You can have a bias. No, I suppose it might be used like that. Just bias is used like, for example, if you're an employee of the person you're talking about, you have a bias towards that person. And the reason, that bias is shaped by the fact that you're an employee. If you're like a member of or a national. How do you say it? Is it national? Yeah, a national of a certain country. You have a bias towards that country as well. And when I say a bias, it doesn't have to be like a bias is not a. The word bias is neutral in the sense that it doesn't actually say one thing or the other. It doesn't say that you're going to like them more or going to dislike them more. It doesn't mean that you're going to be more fair or less fair, if that's even a possibility to be more fair or less fair. It just means that you are not going to be fair because you have bias, and that's all it is. But it is a weird word because it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist in Romance languages. That word in particular. I think it is. Probably I wouldn't be surprised if it were English only. So for it to be translated from other languages, it could be just mistranslation. But then again, it also could be just maybe I'm wrong in what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure I'm not though. But if you're curious, it's very easy to look up because dictionaries exist and stuff like that, and also the internet, so that you can ask other people, linguists and stuff. The city glorifies meaningless death and destruction, and that is why I think we will defend ourselves from the tunnelers. However cruel they may be, I think we are likely to be worse than them. I'm looking for the acid hunters. I know nothing of these acid hunters. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. Sure. Again, I don't know why I'm looking for the acid hunters, but I am. I forget why I'm looking for the acid hunters, to be more precise. Because I bet I know. I'll look it up. Don't worry about it. Before you is an older man rummaging through some boxes. He tries to speak to you, but as soon as he opens his mouth, a violent cough takes control of his body and shakes it like a rag doll. While he is which is just super funny if you really think that that is what is happening right now, because he's just sort of flailing his arms and legs about. While he is forced to lean forward and let a few torturous coughs out that sound like he swallowed a bag full of razors, you stand and watch him, feeling a sympathetic choking sensation in your throat. Oh, look at that. Sympathetic used in the literal sense. Because sympathy is figurative. In the sense that we usually use it. Because sympathetic, it means this. This is the literal sense. It's not very often that we use it. I like it. As if you were the one enduring such abuse. Are you okay? Is there something I can do to help you? With his face red and his eyes full of tears, he finally responds, "It is not as bad as it sounds. Just lovely. Don't mind me. I'll be fine, I guess. Anyway, the store is closed. I'm just going through some junk here." What do you sell and when will you be open? This used to be he's coughing a lot, basically. This used to be a mechanical store. Here you could buy components, get your devices and other machinery fixed. You get the idea. When will it be open? The way things currently are, probably never. Which is a shame if you ask me. I had some questions if you don't mind. Carrie is the name. I don't mind. Nikola Young. 20 years, that's how long this store has been open. It seems like yesterday. So you mentioned you used to do a lot of repairs. How good are you? I can repair pretty much anything unless this cough kills me. How about a faceless tunneler? Why are you asking me all of that? He gives you a puzzled look. The group I'm working for is in need of such a machine. One of those recently crashed in the drop zone, and it's an opportunity we don't want to miss. Fine, whatever, but it'll cost you. First, I need to see the machine. You said it's in the zone. Is it safe? Is it safe to go there? No. Well, I can't work if some crazy zoner stabs me in the back. Once you can guarantee my safety, we'll talk. Why are you closed for good? One word. Oligarchy. Those fat rats have destroyed all my hard and honest work. My business was flourishing before they turned their sights on me. They even got me sick. I would like to ask you how they got you sick, but how did they destroy your business? They're control freaks, that's why. And they're paranoid, all three of them. Everything that ever came out of their filthy mouths is pure gibberish. Like, for example, they tell us they care about us, citizens, that they will protect us, and then you see the zoners rotting away and not one of them blinks. The new laws, taxes, yeah, all for our well-being, and the faceless, no comment on how that was handled. As for me, I never belonged to them. They couldn't own me. That's what doomed me. If I'm not with them, I'm against them, and it doesn't matter if you're in their way or not, or if you'll ever even be. They want to make sure they've got everything under control. What a load of gibberish. You can imagine the rest of the story, but I'm tired of talking about this, and it makes me sick. I can't imagine the rest of the story. I really don't understand what they did to bring your business down. You're just talking about, oh no, it was them. It was them. They don't like me because I don't like them. But he doesn't say what they did. What can you tell me about the oligarchy? A violent cough overcomes him again, forcing sounds out of him that feel like he's about to turn inside out. It lasts for a whole minute, and then he continues. Please don't ask me about those. And he's still coughing. Hello again. I think I asked all the questions there, then. I also think I'm out of time for the day, so that's going to be that for right now. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Underrail Expedition. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.